Good afternoon, children. Welcome back to EVS 2. Today we begin with Lesson 7 Swaraj, First Conquest. This is the lesson, and today we are going to learn about Torna Fort. The drums of Swaraj begin to sound. Blessings of Goddess Bhavani. So let's get started. In the previous lesson, we learned that Shivaji and his comrades took the oath of Swaraj in the temple of Raireshwar. But it was a very difficult task. In those days, Maharashtra was governed by four different powers. The Mughal Emperor of Delhi, Sultan Adil Shah of Bijapur, the Portuguese of Goa, and the Siddhi of Janjira. They were powerful opponents, firm in their authority. No one would dare utter a word against them. Under these difficult conditions, Shivaji had taken the oath of Swaraj. There was no comparison between the vast forces of the enemy and a handful of Shivaji's Mavlas. These enemies were really very powerful and strong as compared to Shivaji and his Mavlas. But Shivaji's mind was made up, and his firm resolve was his greatest source of strength. But Shivaji was firm in his decision of achieving Swaraj for Maharashtra. Shivaji controlled the Jagir of Pune, Supe, Chakan, and Indapur. All the forts in the Jagir were, however, in the charge of officers from the court of Bijapur. So, children, in spite of controlling the Jagirs by Shivaji, but the forts which were there in the Jagir were in the control of the officers of Sultan Adil Shah of Bijapur. He who controlled the forts also controlled the surrounding territory, and therefore all talk of Swaraj without the control of the forts was meaningless. So, if Shivaji wanted to achieve Swaraj for Maharashtra, he had to capture all the forts which were under the control of the enemies. A hill fort gave strategic support to the ruler, and Shivaji decided to capture one at a suitable time. Strategic means these forts helped the ruler to plan systematically to fight a battle against the enemies. And only if Shivaji captured these forts, he will be able to fight against his enemies. So Shivaji decided to capture one fort at a time. For this purpose, he had selected the fort of Torna. It stands to the southwest of Pune in the Kannad Valley. It was a renowned fort, a very famous fort, well suited for defense. There were two strong machis on the way to the fort. A machi is a fortification on the slope of a hill. Children, in this picture you can see the mountain. The top of the mountain, as you can see, is leveled. So plateau means a land area having a flat or leveled surface on a mountain or hill. So why Shivaji selected the Torna fort to capture? Because there were two strong machis on the way to the fort. A machi is a fortification of a natural plateau formed on the slope of a hill. Fortification means a very strong big walls. This fort had strong big walls which can be used to defend the attacks of the enemies. One of these machis was the Zunzar machi and the other the Budla machi. Zunzar machi, like its name, could offer defense against the enemy. The only access to the fort was across the Zunzar machi. So children, the enemy could enter this fort only through the Zunzar machi. This was the only way they could enter the fort. And this way was really very difficult. A careless person may easily lose his balance and end his life in the deep valley. It had high hills on side and also deep valleys. Torna Fort was considered one of the strong forts of Maharashtra. There is a temple of goddess Toranjai. That is why the fort is called Torna. But strangely enough, this powerful fort was neglected by Sultan Adil Shah of Bijapur. That means Adil Shah ignored this fort. There were neither enough troops for its defense nor enough ammunition. That means there were very less soldiers guarding the fort, and also they did not have enough ammunitions to fight against the enemy. And who knew all this? Shivaji. Shivaji knew this, and this was exactly what he wanted. He decided to capture the fort and thus lay the foundation of Hindavi Swaraj. With a few select bands of Mavlas, Shivaji descended into the Kannad Valley. Shivaji started on his way to capture this Torna fort. Swift-footed like the deer and lion-hearted in courage, the Mavlas raced to the top and captured the strategic positions in the fort. The Mavlas were very courageous as well as very quick. So they took no time in climbing the mountain and capturing this fort. Tanaji Malusre hoisted the Maratha flag at the main entrance. Yashji Kank, a trustworthy and loyal companion of Shivaji, posted his guards at important points. As soon as Shivaji and his Mavlas captured the fort, they appointed important soldiers in different places and captured the fort totally. The fort was captured almost without any resistance, and the sky was filled with shouts of Shivaji Maharaj ki Jai. So everybody was very happy that they were able to capture the Torna fort. The first battle drums and pipes of Hindavi Swaraj had sounded, and their echo reverberated throughout the valley. Everywhere, the echo of Shivaji Maharaj ki Jai could be heard in the entire valley. Shivaji named this fort as Prachandgarh Fort. Once again, children, Shivaji named this Torna fort as Prachandgarh. Fort Torna then came under Shivaji's administration. Now it was under the management of Shivaji. He made a very careful survey of it. So he examined the fort and appointed officers such as a Maratha Killedar, a Brahmin Subnis, a Prabhu Karkhanis. So these were the officers appointed by Shivaji for the fort. The garrison, that is the soldiers, included Mavlas, Kolis, Ramoshis, Mahars, and such brave men from many other castes and communities. As we have already known in the previous lessons also, we learned how Shivaji treated everyone equally. So to get Swaraj, in Swaraj, all caste and communities were to be treated alike and no distinctions made on the basis of caste. Shivaji treated everybody equally. As repairs to the fort started, a surprise awaited the people. Shivaji started repairing the fort, and while repairing the fort, they got a surprise. And what was that surprise? They discovered 4 metal pots filled to the brim with mohurs. Mohurs means gold coins. The workers were overjoyed. They said that this was a gift to Shivaji from the goddess Bhavani, who had blessed his efforts. So everybody thought that this was a gift from goddess Bhavani. All the money discovered was brought to Shivaji. No one thought of taking anything from it for himself. After all, It was the wealth of Swaraj. Shivaji felt greatly elated at this unexpected gift. Even Shivaji was very happy for finding this wealth in the fort, and he thought this would enable him to pursue his ideal of Swaraj with added vigor. He felt that he was working under the benevolent eye of the goddess Bhavani. Shivaji utilized part of the treasure found in the fort to purchase arms and ammunition. So, some of these mohars were used to buy arms and ammunitions. The rest he decided to use for another project which was already in his mind, and the remaining mohars were kept for some other work. Now, children, what do you mean by arms and ammunitions? Here in this picture, you can see the arms, the weapons used by Shivaji and his Mavlas, the Maratha Sardars. These weapons are still there. They are kept in the museum. And this is the ammunition, the cannons. These were all used by Shivaji, his Maratha Sardars, as well as by the enemies. So these are kept on display in the museum. Arms and ammunitions. Whenever you get time, try to go to the museum and have a look. About 15 kilometers to the east of Torna is the hill of Murumdev. Shivaji had his eye on it for a long time. This hill was steep and difficult of access, and therefore of great strategic importance. Adil Shah had actually started constructing a fort on this hill, but had left it unfinished. This hill was not well guarded, and Shivaji decided to capture it. So, children, this was the next fort that Shivaji decided to capture. It was on the hill of Murumdev. And there was a fort which was, the construction was going on. And Adil Shah did not bother to complete the work. And it was left half done. So Shivaji decided to capture this fort. So in this lesson, today we learned about Torna Fort captured by Shivaji Maharaj, and then he changed its name to Prachandgarh Fort. Now the remaining part of the lesson we will continue in the next class. Children, see that you open the textbook and read the lesson. Thank you.